Okay, so before I show you training week number 6, almost there, I thought I'd share a few things with you. The first of which is that I got Rugby World Cup tickets for all the South African pool games plus the quarterfinals, and I've decided that I am not going to any of the games before Berlin Marathon. So yeah, missing all the pool games because the margins are so tight, and I know that if I do go to the Rugby World Cup, I'm going to get carried away. When it comes to training, I'm super disciplined, but when it comes to sort of, being in the social environment, I've got a rubber arm that's easy to twist, and drinks will turn into more drinks. And when the margins are so tight, sacrifices do need to be made. And in order to give myself the best chance, I thought, let me just avoid that situation completely. So yeah, it was a hard choice for me to make, but having a chance of breaking sub 220 means more to me. And then the second thing is that I get asked a lot about my shoe rotation and what Adidas shoes I run in. So I thought I'd speak through them now and show you pretty much all the shoes that I use in my weekly training as well as my race day shoe. So I'm going to start with the most aggressive and then head down to my easy run shoes. And yeah, pretty much these are the shoes I rotate between on a weekly basis. So the first of which is the Prime X, stack height of 50 millimeter drop. The legal limit for elite and sub-elite racing is 40 mils. So these are illegal for elite and sub-elites, but I must say it's an incredible training tool for me. And if you haven't run in a pair of Prime X's, or if you follow me on Strava, you'll know just how much I love the shoe. I always say if my house burnt down, I'd save my family first, my cat, and then my Prime X's. These are my babies. I've done all my big interval sessions on them. And what they do is they just speed up recovery so much. You need to be careful when running in these, when taking corners, because obviously the stack height's quite high. But when doing training in a place like Battersea Park, absolutely perfect for these nice wide open roads. And honestly, like the recovery in these is just so much quicker due to the stack height. It just cushions that impact. And couldn't recommend these more highly. I've actually ordered a pair of Prime X Strung 2s. They've just come out and I can't wait to receive them. On to the next shoe. So this is the Adidas Adios Pro 3, and this is my racing shoe. However, there's quite a lot of blue action going on in my outfit, and I thought there might be a bit of a clash with the purple and blue. So let me show you what my racing shoe is going to be. I ordered a pair of plain white Pro 3s, and I honestly only just have good things to say about this. This is like the ultimate racing shoe. Stack height of 39 meters, so just below the 40. And a lot of people that wear Pro 3s absolutely rant and rave about them. Huge fan. And this is my weapon of choice. Come on, be good to me next week. Or shoes that I've been doing a lot of my longer runs in, the Pro 2. So I don't think you can get these anymore. The Pro 2 was such a trusty shoe for me. I haven't cleaned my shoes for this video, decided to keep it real. But I find that this really was a great longer run shoe, slightly less aggressive than the Pro 3, and we're after that aggressive shoe for race day. Then onto my tempo running shoe, so the Takumi Sen 9 over here. As you can see, it's a much sort of like lower to the ground, flatter shoe than the high stack of the Prime X's or the Pro 3s. But I really like the snug fitting shoe, and I find that, it feels really good for those shorter tempo sessions. Anything under 30 Ks, I tend to run in the Sen 9s. But anything longer, then I'll run in a higher stack shoe. Honestly, feels really good at pace, and highly recommend for those tempo sessions, especially my Tempo Thursday sessions I've done in these. Then onto sort of my easier running shoes. So this is the Adizero SL. Beautiful colorway. And I did a lot of my easy run shoe, even though it's an Adizero range and a performance range, I find that this shoe was really quite cushioned and nice for, those everyday runs. Then when I was looking for sort of more support, on an easier run and at a bit more of a slower pace, I would run in the Ultra Boosts. As you can see, they're very cushioned with the foam at the bottom and really do protect. I've had a history of a tight Achilles, and I find, when I run in a cushioned shoe with foam around it, it really does soften that impact and helps my Achilles, and I barely feel any pain the next day. Then onto my trusty pair of Solar Glides. So these shoes, as you can tell, have been run in a lot. I've probably done about 2,500 kilometers in these. As a running coach, I recommend changing your shoes anywhere from 5 to 800 kilometers. Maybe a little bit more if there's not that much wear and tear. But as you can see, there's a little bit of wear and tear, but still so much life in the shoe. It's amazing. The Continental tire grip at the bottom. It's just such a solid shoe, and I find that it's working well for me, and it feels like there's life in it. So yeah, I'll keep running in them until I feel like actually, it's flat and it needs another pair. But lots of longer, easy runs in this shoe. And then onto sort of my gym shoe or my walking shoe, the 4D Forwards. You can see over here, they have this new technology in the bottom. Such an amazing looking shoe. I love the look of the shoe. If I go to gym or any sort of walking I do in these shoes. And another pair of walking shoes that I use to just protect the feet a bit is a previous model of the Ultra Boost, so slightly flatter. And yeah, I'll probably go to Berlin in these shoes on the plane, so on and so forth, before I put on, let me show you guys one more time, the new pair of Pro 3s and my weapons of choice. Cool. If you have any questions about my shoe rotation, please pop them in the comments below. But I hope this gives you good insight into the shoes I wear. On my Strava, I don't stipulate exactly which shoes I wear every run, but hopefully this video gives you good insight. Enjoy my training week.
Hit us up once you put your 5 runs, then you can get one. And yeah, as Nick is saying, if you race, take a
Let's go. Okay, so I started this week off by taking a run down to Battersea Park, where I hosted the Adidas Runners Signature Track Session Mondays. I'm a London captain for them, as you know, and yeah, these Monday sessions are rocking. They're vibing. There's so many people. Here you can see we're putting people through some strides, some warm-up drills before we get into the main session. This week it was the day after the big half. A lot of the people in the Adidas Runners community did the big half, so we decided to do a reduced volume session. But if you're in or around London, come along to these sessions. They are absolutely rocking. You can come regardless of your ability. It ranges the ability all the way through, and yeah, it's just awesome to see everyone giving it their best, bringing the best out in each other, and many more Monday Adidas Runner sessions to come. You can sign up for these sessions via the Adidas Runners app. It's free for everyone. And yeah, I personally did not do my interval or track session. As you know, I do mine on Tuesday morning. So it was strictly coaching duties for me tonight.
Oh guys, that one meant the most to me out of all of them. Last full volume track session. So I did 15 times 1K. I usually do it twice within a training block because I love it so much. And yeah, paces were really good. I think I averaged around 3:10 with a bit of a pickup at the end. I think, you know what, I was trying to think what was going through my mind to help you when you're doing these sessions. But I think first of all, if you can find a team or anyone to do these sessions with, it helps so much. I've done all of these sessions by myself, but if you're by yourself, that's no excuse. Look at me. And it makes you so much mentally stronger. I think the only time I'm running with people this block pretty much is the big half, a couple of races here and then, and Berlin Marathon. So hopefully that'll make it 1% easier. I'm absolutely dripping. I think the high today is like 31, but what a beautiful place to do it in. Another session in the back, 6 from 6, can't ask for much more. We're giving ourselves a chance, guys, come on.
It's Best Athletics training camp time. Let's go. Okay, so we went to Littlehampton for the Best Athletics training camp, and instead of recording each and every session and running with my phone and GoPro and head cams and all of that, I thought, let me just record bits and pieces and I'll speak through it as we go along. So this is a video from the final day where there was actually a 10K race on at the moment, but I thought I'd record this section as this promenade right here. This is where we did the bulk of the running. We absolutely smashed this promenade to pieces, and let me talk you through each of the runs. So this first run was literally an out and back run, just getting a feel for the area. The weather for the weekend was forecast around 26 to 30 degrees. So it was pretty much summer making a massive comeback. Perfect beaching weather, but not so good running weather. But hey, I asked for heat in the beginning. It's great for training, so I can't sit here and complain. Just a reminder that the Best Athletics training camp is available to all Best Athletics members, and we're looking to do 3 a year. 2 in the UK and 1 international, or 1 in the UK and 2 international going forward. Okay, back to training. Bring on Tempo Thursday. So this session was 12 times 2 minutes at harder effort, 1 minute recovery. So all I'm thinking for the harder efforts is rhythm and flow. So what I noticed is that it did take me a little while to find my groove. But when this happens, don't force it, keep grinding, and some reps you'll feel better. And the point of this is to run at sort of tempo effort, which is somewhere in this instance between marathon and half marathon pace, finishing, probably a little bit quicker than half marathon pace with the aim to progress throughout. You know how it goes by now. Fly too much on the Thursday or push too hard on the Thursday, and you pay for it on the weekend run. Let's quickly get a feel for this race while these champion runners are coming through. She easily made it with 10 seconds to go. What a good friend she has, and I absolutely love seeing runners give it their all. Full sends, baby. This was the Littlehampton 10K. Okay, now on to Easy Friday, and I'm going to bring you some footage of probably one of the most beautiful running routes I've ever done in the UK. If you've ever been to Arundel, there's an area here near the castle. It's in the South Down Ways. You can catch it on my Strava. This was a 10.5k loop, and honestly, I couldn't recommend it more highly. There is quite a bit of elevation. It was around 230 meters over 10.5Ks, which is quite a lot and not so easy for an Easy Friday. But I hope you can get a feel for it from some of these views. It's breathtaking, and do you know what? In running, it's so easy to get obsessed with times and splits and always chase times and chase sub 220 and keep going. But actually, sometimes you just need to not look at your watch, not look at splits, forget about things, and just run in routes like this. It's honestly running at its purest, and I absolutely loved it, and the team did too. So the rule to training camp was, if you're one of the stronger runners and you're in front, you loop back every now and then and regroup. So here's us regrouping. I won't lie, multitasking doesn't come so naturally to me, so focusing on the single lane trail whilst recording on your phone did take quite a lot of concentration for me, especially when you don't want to twist an ankle with, well, this day was around 16 days till race day. There's a couple of vloggers on this route. There's Anya looking in some pretty good nick ahead of Berlin Marathon as well. And so the elevation and the hills began. The first half of this route was pretty much completely flat. So the 230 meters basically comes in a stretch of 5 kilometers. And well, from this video, it actually looks pretty flat, but I promise you it was not. Today was our training camp vest day. So thank you very much to Adidas for these epic Adizero vests. You can just never take running for granted, because if it wasn't for running, we wouldn't experience it. This is a beautiful route where we went up over there, and just a little bit further, here's a really, really cool wedding venue. Okay, from this point onwards, it was pretty much caution, I'm a road runner on the trails. This is where I was regretting wearing my shortest pair of shorts. I was getting absolutely smashed by all these low-hanging thorns. Some more beautiful views for you. I thought it would be rude not to share.
See the sky.
Okay, before I show you my longer run for the week, I'd just like to thank one of the sponsors of this video, Ketone-IQ. And yeah, this is a product I've incorporated, this training block, something new that I've tried, and I've found it to be very beneficial for two purposes mainly. One is when I have a shot of this, it really gives you a physical boost and helps you feel rejuvenated. And number two, it's fuel for your brain. So you know when you're getting fatigued and you're tired and you start losing concentration and your pace drops, but you know you can physically run faster, when I have a bit of this fuel over here, it really does sort of like sharpen up the brain, allow you to tap into those reserves, remain focused, and, you know, hit the splits for the rest of the session. So definitely something I'll be putting into my drink mix for Berlin Marathon next weekend. I cannot wait. Hello, scorcher of a long run. Back to the promenade we go. This is the last big long run of the block and included a session and a park run.
Go Nick!
Lancing parkrun is pretty flat, it's fast, apart from the fact that you go on the grass the first 500 meters. It's pretty quick, and yeah, some of the team absolutely smashing it.
I can't see a thing.
Go guys, last push, get everything. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Move on, move on.
Well done guys, amazing. Go on Elsa. Well done Grace, big finish, let's go.
Nice
Go
job.
Grace. Well Ozzy, come on back.
Go Bess, come on.
Big sprint, let's go.
Big
sprint.
finish.
Well done guys, really good. Great.
I keep saying it, but the sport humbles you, that's for sure. Jeez. Another long run in the bank. So I think every single long run in this block has felt tough. Like, I expected them to feel tough, but like none of them just felt easy. I didn't walk away from any of them thinking that actually wasn't too bad. But you know what, I've got through training, which is great. 6 weeks down, 2 weeks to go. Basically almost all the work is done. From now on it's just about sharpening up, getting fresh. So yeah, today's session is a Canova session, so 2K is under marathon pace, 2K is over marathon pace. And if you're doing a build, I really recommend doing the session either 1K variations, 2K variations, 3K variations. But what you're doing is you're just playing around target marathon effort, and it's really good for your heart rate. Your heart rate's going above threshold, then below threshold, so on and so forth. So getting a really good training effect out of it. It is cooking here. I was never actually going to hit target pace, but that's okay. In these situations, you need to adjust and just run to effort. So my onsets were at around 6:32, 6:33-ish in total. So around 3:15, 3:16 per K pace. Just a reminder, marathon pace is 3:18 or 3:19 per K. So just a little bit under. And then the float recoveries, I really just let go a bit, like 3:45-ish. Just so that the ons could be nice and sharp. And then yeah, I did pretty much 12Ks worth of volume of that, and then went straight into parkrun. Thanks to one of the teammates who bought waters, pretty much smashed the water over me. Went straight into parkrun and did a 16:33. So nice solid tempo effort. It's a really good parkrun, and yeah, I highly recommend if you're coming down to this side of the world. Beautiful, really awesome group of people as well. You know what, my motivation today was that the team absolutely smashed their sessions. There were about 14 of us at parkrun, and wow, they were flying. Sort of an out and back route, so I saw them all on the way back. Big shout out to Anya, she got the parkrun record. And you know what, like, I won't lie, I've been a bit frustrated the last few days. I've had a bit of a cough in the mornings, and well, I suppose throughout the whole day, but it's waking me up in the morning. So once again, I'm not sick enough to not run. I'm fine, the body's okay. It's just so frustrating because it's waking me up at 4:05 in the morning. I'm coughing, I can't go back to sleep. I can feel I'm not at full health, so I don't have that pop in my legs. And I feel like a lot of people training are sort of in the same boat. And yeah, I suppose, like I've said in previous episodes, if you really are sick, you need to rest and recover. But yeah, if you're just a bit under the weather, you just need to be sensible. And it's what I've had to do. So yeah, I mean, I really, really, really need to focus on getting to that start line as healthy as, like 100% healthy, if I'm going to stand a good chance. But yeah, nonetheless, I've got through all the training so far, which is great. And yeah, last night I put my Rego Recovery in the freezer. So I've got an ice chocolate Rego Recovery smoothie waiting for me in the car, and I cannot wait. The best part about that run was jumping in the ocean afterwards, even before I updated Strava.
Absolute pleasure. You worked hard for it.
Boom! So week number 6 is in the bag, and I'm wrapping it up beachside while the 10k race is going on here, Littlehampton 10k. And yeah, another solid week in the bank, 150 Ks. And from here on in, with 2 weeks to go, it's all about, one, getting the body and the legs fresh from about 10 days out. And then 2, really installing belief. I need to truly believe at that start line that sub 220 is going to happen for me to stand a good chance. And yeah, I have a feeling when the body and the legs are much more alive, then the belief is going to kick in more than ever. Remember, this whole block is tailored around having fresh legs for the first time at the start line of Berlin Marathon. I was informed this week that my race number is number 136. And yeah, it's just such an honor and a privilege to be on the elite start at Berlin Marathon. Kipchoge is there, broke the record last year. He's going for the record again this year. And I'm going to be in the same warm-up area and say that same drinks tables and stuff. So the rest is on me. 2 more very important weeks to go. I'm not just going to stop running. I'm going to keep the rhythm and flow there. I'm just going to reduce the volume, intensity and mileage and start bringing this body to life.